Everyone, welcome to all of you in 2 a.m. Coffee with RV. Great. The point of discussion we have today is distract, the distraction. So, what exactly we understand by this? What is distraction exactly? So, let me help you to understand that what distraction is. A distraction is something that takes your attention away from what you are supposed to be doing. Like you are busy in doing something, or you are getting involved in doing something very important activity, and suddenly you start concentrating on something else which is not as much as important as the thing which you were doing. That is a distraction as well. Distraction means shifting or moving your attention away something else. It doesn't mean that the work or the pain is no longer there. It just means that you use your brain to focus your attention onto something else. So that brings me up a question, that distraction is good or distraction is bad. Another good question which we should be asking ourselves. So whenever we feel distracted, distractions can make us better as well. The ability to shift our attention away from negative experiences is also helpful. Distraction can also help us stay fit. Research said that taking your mind off the pain of physical exercise with music or television can improve performance and endurance. So distraction is good also and bad as well. It depends on how we use it. So what exactly distraction is? The question is, what you will call a distraction? It's nowhere else. Distraction is you, your own self. You are a distraction sometime to your own progress in your life, your own mindset, your own thoughts. That is how it is. That's why I kept the name of this episode 3 as Distract the Distraction. And if I'm calling my own self a distraction and some point of life and time, then how I can distract myself and how I can help myself. वो कहते हैं ना, ज़िंदगी में अगर आपके रास्ते में सिर्फ आप ही आ सकते हो, there is nobody else who can come and stop you. There is only you who can come between your success and you. Very old sayings. So when that something which comes between you and your success is you, then who is the distraction? I just want to know all of those who are watching, your comments on and your inputs, that you are with me, and yes, you are holding a cup of coffee as well, because it is a ritual, it is mandatory. So when you join this 2 a.m. Coffee with RV, and this is episode 3, we did the 2 episodes earlier in November itself. So this is the last episode of November, and we are entering into December. 2020 is going to finish off. So how much distracted you are from yourself and how you are helping out yourself. I want to see all your comments coming up. Say something about yourself, how you got distracted, whether you agree with me or not. It will, help others also to understand that the topic which you are discussing is how much useful it is for everybody. So why we say that distraction is bad, as if that were not bad enough. Getting distracted also focus your brain to multitask. So I will give you some tips to help reduce distraction and increase your focus. And yes, I want all of you to keep commenting, say something, and tell me that what distraction is for you in your life, what you're facing in your work, professional life. I will discuss all those professional and personal aspects as well. We have good 30-45 minutes. I don't mind discussing it, because it is a very important matter. And if you are giving me your time at this hour of the night, then definitely you really want to listen something fruitful. Great, right? Okay, so let's see, and let me give you a few tips which can help you out to reduce distraction and increase your focus. So if we talk about personal life or professional, you should be having a plan a night before or day before. Consider writing down, 2-3 things that must get completed in order for that day to be productive. For example, if you have something lined up for tomorrow, and it is good to write, I believe. It is good to write down, track your progress. And in between, I want all of you to keep sipping up your coffee as well. It's getting colder nowadays, and winters are, knocking on your door. Great. So another thing which you need to do is thank you, Nituji, for commenting. And I'm distracting myself now, and it is good to hear you, as day is full of distractions again. Yes, it is. It is. So that is what, there are good distractions and bad distractions. So you need to decide that which one is good or bad for you. So there are some tips which I was sharing yet. So, you need to turn off the distractions. Maybe it is your mobile, maybe it is, something bothering you in your mind, some old memory, some old experience, some future anxiety, anything it can be. Get comfortable. Do some, meditation if you can do. Get, set smaller goals. Step by step. आप एक छलांग में छत पे नहीं जा सकते. If you want to go to the top of the building, so you can't do that at one place. You have to cross every floor, even if you are in lift, even if you are on stair, whichever way you do, you have to go one by one. एक पुरानी कहावत है, सब्र का फल मीठा होता है. Okay, so let's get back to the distractions. Even I will get distracted to the another topic here. So use some, visual reminders. It's not that you kept it in mind, acha mere dimag mein hai, then I will do that later on. But it is good to, you should be writing it down somewhere. It is good. छोटे goals बनाइए. Set smaller goals which help you to, identify your things. And give yourself a reward. Be very clear to me and tell me that how many times you do appreciate yourself in life. How many times? How many times you have said that, yes, Ravinder, you did a very good job. How many times? Have you ever said this? Really? Last week? Last month? Last year? When you said that? This is something which is very critical and important for all of us to understand that. And there are other ways of, what I see that the distractions mostly happen, because of the future worries, which we call, other term we can say that anxiety. And even listening to soothing music can help you to get out of these things. Having a cup of coffee can get you out of this. Taking a long walk alone can get you out of these. Exercise can get you out of that. Yoga can help you in this as well. Playing some sports, especially with kids, can help you out of that. Get distracted. And there are good and bad distractions as well, which is right, which we can do that. And there are a few strategies which I want to discuss with all of you to overcome distractions as well. So we have all been there, even with the best of intentions to stay in task. We still catch ourselves scrolling through social media when we should be working on our important things. Sometime it happens. Hi Vikas, thank you for joining in. Thank you, great. Yeah, Nitu, when mind is full of ideas and things to do, how to prioritize it? I do write often, but still mind keep running. Is it distraction? Okay, so it is not distraction. When you have ideas full of mind, you are focused. You are not distracted. You are not organized. So what you need to do what you need to do is that you have to line up things which you want to do. Write it down. Prioritize them, which you are already doing. And if it is still running in mind, keep writing. There is a one term, so I will go off the line for 1 minute because Neetu has raised a nice point here. When we do, Six Sigma, most of you have heard about it because we all are working in a corporate world. We worked sometime as well. So what is the first term which we do in Six Sigma is, we will sit in a room full of people and we will be asking everybody to say something about a particular subject or point, the point of discussion on which you want to do Six Sigma. You can do Six Sigma on yourself also. It's very good. I have written an article on that as well. Six Sigma of life. Read it. Okay, so come back to that point. Six Sigma. First point, when we all are sitting in room, for example, the point of discussion is distractions in life. So everybody will come up with their ideas. These are the ways we can go. Help ourselves to, save ourselves from getting distracted. These are the topics. These are the things which we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there will be 100 points that will come into your mind. Write it down, and then eliminate points which you feel that are similar. You will end up finding gems, diamonds. तो कहते हैं ना, पूरी खदान को खोदते हैं, इतने पत्थर और इतना धूल मिट्टी उड़ती है, उसके बाद जाके एक हीरा मिलता है. तो अपने लिए तो इतना तो कर सकते हैं आप, राइट? सो डू दैट. ओके, सो distractions. Let's come back to that. Don't get distracted from the point. Distractions can seem impossible to avoid. And even statistics shows that distraction cause a massive loss in productivity. So we will go by that. So I will just start discussing about what are the strategies that can help you to overcome distractions. So Neetu, I hope more workshops are at this hour as a day full of distraction and lots of work. I totally agree with you that the reason of starting this at 2 a.m. is that this is the time when we are, in peace of mind, or we are thinking too much. There is many things in our mind. 2 things. कहते हैं इस टाइम पे सिर्फ एक ही आदमी जागा होता है. A person who is totally relaxed, enjoying, a person who is totally involved in doing something innovative. So we all, those who are sitting here watching each other, it's like we are trying to do something specific in life. Great. So overcoming strategies which I am going to talk about is, first one is put yourself in distraction free mode. You know, begin building habits that help you eliminate distraction and stay focused. Start by creating an environment in which you are less tempted to get preoccupied with something other than what you are supposed to do. This is not always easy to do, so I understand that. For one, many of us rely on a computer to do our work, but we also find our biggest distraction is laptop, right? Or a mobile. We do lot many things from our mobile also, I believe. When you handle something on social media, you are too much preoccupied in that. So sometime, but you have to get off from that, switch it off, and take a relax, put it on silent mode. That is what we need to do. Work to create habits that signal to yourself and those around you that you are in distraction free mode. Close the door, put yourself in a calm and specific mode wherein you are able to do something innovative. You can think about your things which you can do. Remove as many excuses and distractions as you can, so you can bring your full attention to one task at a time. No multitasking. If you will do that, definitely we are going to end up doing nothing. It is better to do one thing at a one time, but yes, line up. And as I said, that when your mind is giving you a few ideas or anything, just ensure that you're writing it down somewhere. I told you, and remember this, distractions are useful. They are good and they're bad also. Great. And keep sipping up your coffee. You are with Ravinder Singh Virdi in 2 a.m. Coffee with RV. Great. Another point is set 2 or 3 main objectives for the day. Every day. Yes, every day. Anything it can be, You can plan to do a cleaning of a room, which you were thinking that you want to do it since long time. You can start reading a book, at least one page, 1 minute. You can give 1 or 2 minutes. I think about how much time it takes to read a page of one book. 5 minutes. 5 minutes you can give. Just get into a calming area and just start reading it. Every day, even if I think that even you are going to give, even if you will read one para, I think, in end of the month or after 1 or 2 months, at least you will be able to complete a book. You will be able to complete a task. वो कहते हैं कि चलते रहना चाहिए, आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए, चलो घुटनों के बल चलो, रगड़ रगड़ के चलो, लेकिन बढ़ते जरूर जाओ, रुकना नहीं है. If you stop, then it is dead. So it is better to keep moving. And as I said, that set 2-3 objectives every day. And if you all are listening to me, then I want you, all of you, to comment also, whatever the points I'm sharing are useful to you. And if you want to add any other point as well, if you want to suggest anything you want to talk about next time or in the next episode, so it will be good to have an ideas, have some your suggestions, because you all are with me at this hour, and I believe that you are giving a very critical time of life to me as well, and I'm very thankful to all of you. Okay, great. So when we keep 2-3 limited goals, a long list of things to do can leave us feeling overwhelmed. We are ready to give up before we start, and then when it becomes easy to give into distractions, because too many things in your plate are, you will get confused at which one to do first. By limiting the number of daily goals, you will have clearly defined what you need to work on. You will work with greater intention on those tasks, and your mind will be less occupied. Ask yourself every morning, what are the 3 most important things to accomplish today? Any other task should be put on a separate to-do list. I'm not saying that eliminate that, but you can begin to tackle those less important tasks once you have accomplished your first final three goals. Yeah, and Ajugmaji is saying that people say if I start focusing on one thing, the other suffers. So I get more distracted and I'm not able to do any task with focus. Very recent conversation it I had with my friend. Okay, if I start focusing on one thing, the other suffers. So I get more distracted and I'm not able to do any task with focus. Great. So it's very, I will say that question and a thought which commonly comes in everybody's mind कि मैं कोई एक चीज़ करने जाता हूँ तो then I missed or get distracted from the other thing. When I'm thinking or doing something more important, which I think it is like so that's why I said that, keep 2-3 tasks or goals every day. And you have to start prioritizing them. It doesn't mean that all goals have a different priorities. All are important, but it is better, that we should be achieving one by one. As I said that in beginning, step by step. You can't reach to the 10th floor in one jump. You have to go by the lift, and lift will definitely go by floor. And you can use the staircase as well. Whichever way you feel is more comfortable, more easier, more helpful. So we need to find out exactly. Even when we really think of accomplishing or we try to finish our goals, we definitely find out the ways to do that as well. And it is better to write it down, create goals. And it is a achievement to get your mastery in your goals as well. And again, the third point which I want to share is give yourself a shorter time frame. मैं ये बुक ख़त्म करूँगा 1 महीने में, और वो महीना कभी आता नहीं है ना बुक ख़त्म होती है. Give yourself a shortened time period. I will finish this book in a week's time. When you pressurize yourself and you give challenge to yourself, then you achieve double of what you do. More hours worked doesn't mean you necessarily get more things accomplished. Parkinson laws says that. I will just share that because I was finding it very interesting. That work tends to expand to fill the time we have available for its completion. And the thing is, we usually fill any time remaining with distraction. This is because our mind is wired to conserve energy whenever possible. If we don't have to do something, there is a good chance we won't do it. Instead, we will allow ourselves to get sucked into something which is not useful. We will be doing something which is more distracted. So it is, better to keep the shorter goal terms. And there is another strategy which we have is monitor your mind wandering. We spend nearly 50% of our waking time thinking about something other than what we are supposed to be doing, according to one Harvard study itself. We are in autopilot mode and our mind is wandering. In part, to avoid the effort of focusing on something, the key to heightened productivity is to notice when your mind is distracted and bring your attention back on task. Yeah, Nitu, for me, multitasking is the only option. I'm more at peace when I'm doing many things and I know what is next. Is it wrong? Does it need when I'm stressed? Said to bring me back. Is it right? So, multitasking is not a distraction when you're doing it in a proper manner. Nitu, you said that you know what to do next. It means you are running in a planned way. It is again you are finishing task one by one. You have listed the task, you know the task somewhere back in your mind, somewhere on the paper, somewhere it is there with you. And you are finishing it is not wrong. It is not distraction. But distraction is when you do not prioritize goals and things which you should be finishing first. And you are the best person to judge that, which one is the important thing which you have to finish tomorrow. Have you planned it? कल आपको क्या करना है? कल आपकी 3 ज़रूरी चीज़ें क्या हैं जो आज कर नहीं पाए, या पिछले 1 हफ्ते से नहीं कर पाए, या 1 महीने से नहीं कर पाए, साल हो गया, क्या पता 10 साल हो चुके हो, आपने वो चीज़ सोची थी वो कही नहीं. So you have to set some goals. You have to get into that. कोई आपके हाथ में आके नहीं दे देगा कि ये लीजिए आपका काम हो गया, योर गोल्स आर अचीव, दिस इज योर डिग्री, एंजॉय. दैट इज व्हाट आई सेड. डिस्ट्रैक्शन की डेफिनेशन क्या है? वो गलत है सब डिक्शनरी में. डिस्ट्रैक्शन का सिंपल सा मतलब है आप खुद, आप ही अपनी डिस्ट्रैक्शन. हाउ यू कैन handle yourself. Okay, so the way you handle yourself is more important, right? Great. So have a cup of coffee as well. Don't feel sleepy. Great. So we need to monitor our mind that it's not wandering here and there. Pay attention to what distractions are particularly hard to avoid, so you can catch them sooner. When you feel a desire to give in to a distraction, take a breathe and purposely choose not to react to it. Once you have given and allowed yourself to focus on something else, like reading emails, it is harder to regroup and bring your attention back to the task at hand. In short, be mindful of your thoughts instead of allowing yourself to skip between task and distractions. Another one thing is train your brain by making a game out of it. So it's very interesting. So again, I was reading a method which is called Pomodoro method. So I will talk about it. So your mind is like a muscle, okay? In order to use it effectively, you need to build it up. We need to train our brains to stay focused on gradually working on our concentration. This will strengthen your ability to focus for longer periods of time. So a great way to begin doing this through the Pomodoro method, in which you set a timer, okay, and are completely focused on a task for a period of time, such as 45 minutes, then allow yourself a 15 minutes break. If 45 minutes is a stretch, start with something more manageable, such as 25 minutes, and then give yourself a 5 minutes break. So the whole idea is to take a game of it. Challenge yourself to work diligently on your task until the timer rings. Then allow yourself to gorge on whatever distraction you want, but only for an allotted time. It's good. Your hunger of getting distracted will get satisfied. अच्छा वो मोबाइल में रिंग की आवाज आई है, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, so many things are there. We have to do that. Okay, we are doing it. But this Pomodoro method is nice. Okay, so Neetu is saying something. Okay, when anger hits and it is natural, one speaks mean words. How to distract oneself? Okay, so you need to clarify this. Who gets into anger? You gets into anger, or somebody in front of you gets into anger and they use abusive or mean words? How to distract oneself, yourself or that self? So just explain me this more clearly, then I will help you out on this. Okay. Great. So it's about you. See, this is all about self-control. When we speak, when we say something, give just 3 seconds to yourself. Think thrice. It's a very old rule which I developed in 25th hour. And it is in my first book also, which is on Amazon Kindle. So you need to think thrice that whatever you are doing, saying, and going to do or will say is useful to you. थोड़ा सा सेल्फिश होना अच्छी बात है अपने लिए, ये गलत नहीं है. And if you think good about yourself, and if you want to do something good about yourself, which distract you from other people, other things for a moment, for a period of time, for days, for a month, do it. Detoxification. We all need that. Switch off everything for a week, for a month, for 24 hours. And you will see the change. That is what we need to do. So this Pomodoro method, I want all of you to try that. It's very nice. And these somewhere, as you mentioned, Neetu, about the words and the natural behavior. So this can be anger management also. And again, it is all distractions. And we are talking here about how we can distract the distraction as well. And there is one more strategy which we can, which can help to overcome distraction, is take on more challenging work. As I said that, take shorter time period to complete the task. So you have to challenge yourself at certain level. If you are having trouble focusing on and are chronically distracted, it may be that your work is not engaging you fully. Your life, your activities are not engaging you fully. Or you are doing it, or maybe you are engaged too much, but still you are not doing anything. Right, thank you so much for reminding me of that pause. It's very important. It's very important. Whenever you feel something like that, it works a lot. Yes, I agree. So Neetu, you can use this pause one. It's very informative. Thank you so much for bringing it. Okay, great. So you might feel you are working hard all day, but it could be that your mind is fighting boredom and looking to fill the time with something more interesting. Give yourself a challenging task. Demand more of your working memory and attention, meaning we have less mental capacity remaining to wander to the nearest stimulating distractions. We are most likely to enter into a state of total work imprison when our abilities are challenged. We get bored when our skills greatly exceed the demand of our work, such as when we do mindless data entry for several hours or anything, whatever you're doing. Challenge yourself. Don't be a data entry operator. Finish it. You keep doing things which are not useful to you, or you're doing something which you are expert in it, and now you have exceeded your experience and your expertise beyond the work you are doing, and it is the right time to challenge yourself. If you think that you are expert in doing something, get into the another task, get into the another goal, set something for you. This is I think we are on 28th November today, and it's 2:34 a.m. Good time. And we are talking so much of discussions about the distractions, and suddenly you will notice right now when we are discussing all these things how much good your concentration is. Where is that all distraction? Where is your distraction? It's sleeping. It's somewhere else. Your attention and your concentration is into the discussion. Because, when you discuss, you do things which are of your interest, nothing can distract you. Great. So there is a one major point which I want to discuss is, another last strategy for overcoming distraction is break the cycle of stress and distraction. Stress can also play a major role in our inability to focus or overcome distractions. Too often we find ourselves trying to work while feeling overwhelmed. This leaves us frazzled and exhausted, easily distracted and unable to focus. Especially when you are so exhausted, you get distracted very easily. Okay, let's pick up your mobile, anything which you can do, which is distracting. And you are not on the track at that time. You get off the road and you're doing something else. You're wandering here and there. If you are easily distracted, it can indicate that you are under elevated stress. There is a name for it. Easily distracted anxiety. And there are symptoms for it as well. I will name it again. If you are easily distracted, it can indicate that you are under elevated stress. And there is an even name for it, that is easily distracted anxiety. EDA. And there are symptoms also. So you have difficulty concentrating and your mind constantly drifts from what you are focusing on. You have more difficulty forming thoughts and staying on track than normal. Your thinking feels muddled and impaired. You feel your short-term memory is not as good as it normally is. Bringing your stress under control will help you regain your focus and overcome distractions more easily. You must find ways to calm your mind and relax your body to reduce the body stress response. Make sure you get enough sleep, practice breathing exercise, and find ways to contain your anxiety. So I just want to hear from all of you, those who are listening to me, in the comment box, that how much you were able to understand that, and I hope that I was able to explain that, how you can distract the distraction and who is the distraction here. Give me a comment that if you really understand that who is distraction here. Let me see that how much you are listening me actively without getting distracted, sorry. Great. Yes, Neetu. So EDA is like easily distracted anxiety, and this can be sorted out very easily. It's not a rocket science or difficult to handle. We each other can help each other as a good friends. We can help as a parents. We can help our child. As a life partners, we can help each other. As a friends, we can. So it is like, if it is a normal level of anxiety, then you can sort it out in between. But if it is, challenging you a lot, then I would definitely recommend you to, consult with one of the good life coach or those who are specialized in this, neuro-linguistic programming and all. So it is good to get into touch with someone who is more expert in that, those who have some experience in this. Then it is more useful, because the reason of distraction is us, and it is all on us that how we are able to how we can handle ourselves, how we can cope up with the times. You mentioned many things about it, getting angry or getting distracted, multitasking, so many things were there. And Anjuji has given a very nice point there that, pause. And there are many things which we can, find it out, which I discussed already and which I shared with all of you. So it is good that if we can try it, because we can get out of that, distraction mode. And it is better to distract the distraction. And if we are distraction, then let's, distract ourselves from distracting ourselves. That is what we can do. So it is a combination of distraction now. So we are discussing all this. Nituji is saying, I guess other person will not accept first as he or she is distracted, might take it to ego. Okay, so herein when you said that, I guess, that gives me a doubt. That gives me a thought also. Not doubt exactly. When you say, I guess, it says that you have not taken a step and you have a fear of falling down. I will try. I guess. ये सबकी, these all are air bubbles. Not useful. Either do it or not do it. You can do it or don't do it. That is what you can do. How to explain? Okay, great. So if it is with the life partner, okay, so you can, I don't think that you need to explain. There has to be a bonding. If it is not there, then create it. There are people, those who are shy, little bit, introvert. Everybody has their own kind of personality. As I mentioned in my another article, Immune System of Personality. So go back and understand that what kind of personality and immune system of personality that person has. You will be able to easily understand him or her more clearly. And you need not to address that. They will find your address and they will come to your home. Once you understand the personality of a person you're going to talk. Okay, so tell me one thing, where you share all those things, you share with your loved ones, people those you trust, right? If there is already a trust, then don't hesitate to share. Just share it out, say it. Our relation is not like a well. जहाँ पे आपने कुछ डाला तो वो कुएं में चला जाएगा. It's not like that. A relation is something wherein you share something, it will float. It will flow and it will come out from there as well. That is what it is. If that a relation is not like this, then it's not a good relation. Thank you so much, Niguji. Surely, if we can help you out in any case, I would definitely be helping you out. Anything I can do. Great. So I believe that I'm done with the topic for today. Distraction. And I appreciate everybody, those who joined. Thank you so much for joining in. It was awesome. All of your points, and it's the third episode of 2 a.m. Coffee with RV. And I want to see the coffee cups of all of you. Just post your pictures of coffee when you're watching this. It will be good to see that, And share your comments, share your ideas. What are the topics which which are bothering you, which you want to hear me out? And maybe if we get some good point of discussion, definitely I will come up next Friday as well. And it will be good to do that. I want to do that every week, but I don't want to pick up points or discussions or topics which are being discussed here and there in a different manner. I want to pick up something unique and different, which is helpful to people, which can, which do not distract. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm Ravinder Singh Virdi, signing off from the episode 3 of season 1, 2 a.m. Coffee with RV. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.